riders like the palm of a giant open hand. They could neither see nor hear. O.J. knew this place intimately. She pulled up. She knew where she was when the sleet and fog hit, but now had to feel her way, hoping a landmark would appear through the fog. Turning her wonderful mare around, O.J. had the good sense to head back to the barn. The mare had a better sense of direction than she did. The two women rode right up on the stone fence. O.J. hollered, "Sister, if we back up to jump it, we won't see it until we're right on it. Let's walk around to the right. We should come up on a creek. There's a small hand gate there." Slipping, sliding, now as the ground sloped down, their horses carefully walked along, keeping their heads low. Finally, they reached the creek, and O.J. saw the small gate nearby when a swirl cleared her vision for a moment. Sister Jane dismounted before O.J. could protest. Once both horses passed through, the older woman closed the gate. "I'll hold your horse," O.J. yelled. Seeing that her saddle seat was already covered with sleet, Sister thought the better of plopping in the middle of it. Her hands throbbed. She couldn't feel her feet. "I'll be warmer walking." She ran up her stirrup irons, lifted Ricky Roo's reins over his head to walk on his left side between both horses. This would shield her a bit from the fierce winds. She opened her mouth to add something, but in a second it was full of ice bits. Sister Jane loved fox hunting. She loved being a master. But at this exact moment, she questioned her sanity. She questioned O.J.'s, too. Shaker Village in Mercer County, Kentucky, flourished between 1806 and 1923, when Mary Settles, the last Shaker, passed away. Like all Shaker settlements, this one died out due to the fact that Shakers did not believe in sexual congress, and therefore no children were born in the villages. People joined the sect with children in tow. Eventually, those children became 70, 80, a few even 90 years old. Without new recruits, these visually beautiful communities died out. Time passed them by. Americans lost interest in the spiritual, quiet development fostered by the Shakers. While the lack of sex surely deterred many, another cause for the demise of such an unusual sect was the Industrial Revolution. This force grew and grew, devouring much in its path, most especially the desire to live simply. Sister patted Ricky Roo on the neck. A 10-year-old thoroughbred nearing 11. He'd learned his job, carrying it out with energy, but even this kind fellow had found the going difficult. "Couldn't they smell it coming?" O.J.'s mare asked. "No," Ricky Roo replied. "You have to think for them." Another 7 miserable minutes, and the two lone humans finally made it to the barn. There they could just see the outline of the roof. Inside was a much-needed welcoming party: Betty Franklin, Ann, Tootie Harris, and Ginny Howard. Although one is not supposed to dismount inside a barn, O.J. couldn't stand 1 minute more of that lashing wind outside. Her friend Ginny Howard helped her down, putting O.J.'s hands between her own. Ginny took off her gloves, then rubbed the master's hands. The mare stood by, patiently grateful to be inside. Betty Franklin, Sister's best friend, quickly untacked Ricky Roo, for Sister couldn't uncurl her fingers. Tootie, a beautiful young woman who had left Princeton in her freshman year, to the horror of her socially conscious Chicago family, to work with Sister, came up with a heavy blanket for Ricky Roo. "Honey, before you put that blanket on, rub some Absorbine on his back and down his legs," said Sister, teeth chattering. "Wet a chamois cloth. Make it warm, good and warm. Put that on his back just for a couple of minutes, then wipe him down and toss the blanket on." Tootie spoke to both human and horse. "You must be frozen." "Hateful," came the human's one-word reply. "Hateful," Ricky Roo echoed. Betty took off Sister's gloves, blew on her hands to rub them as Ginny was doing. "Your hands are cherry red. They throb. The thought of taking my boots off fills me with dread." "Gray went back to your room to get things ready for you," Tootie said. "That's a happy thought." Sister loved her boyfriend for his thoughtfulness.